I moved to Australia for 6 months, and it totally changed the way I view everything. I had to question what I believed before. But first, this is Tiffany Travels. I help women and families travel, build wealth, and live richer. So on my channel, you'll find travel vlogs from around the world, as well as interviews with women and families who have moved abroad. If that sounds interesting to you, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. So I did a study abroad in Australia, and I went to New Zealand and Fiji while I was there. This was during a time of my life where my father was very ill. And I was just in a YOLO phase. I was just in this phase where I'm going to do everything that I want to do before something happens to me, before I die. So I was in like a YOLO phase. So I was doing bungee jumping, I was doing whitewater rafting, I was doing canoeing, I was doing all of these excursions all over Australia. And I went from Sydney up to Cairns to New Zealand. I was doing all these things. While I was there doing the excursions, I met other travelers. So even though I was living there at the time, I was meeting travelers because I was doing excursions, like whale watching. I was doing stuff like that in Australia, or going to the Great Barrier Reef and going snorkeling there. So I I met people, and the people there were from Europe, or they were mostly from Europe. Every now and again, I'd meet other Americans, but for the most part, they were from Europe, and they would be in Australia for 4 to 6 weeks. And I kept meeting people who were saying that they were on holiday, and they were saying, "Oh, how long are you here for?" And I would tell them I'm here for a study abroad, and they would say, "Oh yeah, we're just here for 4 weeks, or we're here for 2 weeks, and then we're gonna go 2 weeks in Melbourne." So I started to realize the rest of the world takes a holiday at least once a year. And by holiday, I mean 4 to 6 weeks, at least once a year. And so I met so many people who were on holiday. I met so many people who were in Australia for 4 to 6 weeks. And they would tell me about their previous travels. So they would say, "Oh yeah, last year we went to Jamaica, or the year before that we went to the U.S., or the year before that we were in France, or the year before." This is a regular thing. They travel for weeks every single year. This is not like a once in a lifetime type of situation. This is not, I need a break, I need a gap year, I need a career break, I need a sabbatical. This is how they do life. And I was in college at the time, so I was almost 20, I was 19 years old. And this kind of shaped how I viewed work. I was thinking to myself, we have it backwards in the US. Like, why? And the sun is coming out. So let me try to position myself so that I'm less in the sun. Yeah, this is just how they do life. And I was in college, and I was just thinking, this model, or the paradigm that we have in the United States, where you only go on vacation for 2 weeks, and most people don't even use the 2 weeks all at once. That we get 2 weeks vacation, and you got to spread that out throughout the year. It's frowned upon for you to take 2 weeks at once. So people are taking long weekends, people are taking a week at the most, maybe 10 days, if you can put it next to a holiday, maybe 10 days, and then that's it. And that is what is normal in the US. And so when I had this experience, this realization, because there was so many people, it wasn't one or two people, it was so many people that I met that had the same experience. It was eye-opening. It was like, this is how I want to live my life. I want to be able to take time off from work. I want to be able to take 4 to 6 weeks. I want to be able to take extended travel during the summer. When I was in Australia, that is when I decided that is how my life is going to look. I am going to make sure that I set myself on a career path that allows me to travel. And so that's the beauty of travel, is that you have these aha moments, you have these moments where you are changing your paradigm, you're changing how you think. And it's a beautiful thing when you question or when you challenge what's normal. And you're like, this what I thought was normal is not normal. That is overworking. That is working yourself to death. That is not living. What I want to do is live my life and be able to have these experiences that other people have on a regular basis. So YouTube thinks that you would like this video. I think you might enjoy this one.